Okay, so this is a video for people who are studying GCSE Edexcel Business Studies. There's 5 topics in the first unit, so Unit 1. The first topic is Topic 1.1, and within Topic 1.1, the first topic to be studied is Understanding Customer Needs. A quick caveat for this lesson, for a quick caveat for this video, is that this video is not designed to necessarily replace the lesson. If people have missed the lesson, then this might be useful. I'm going to talk reasonably quickly, but what I expect people to do is maybe stop the video, listen to bits again, go away, do a bit more research. Watching these videos alone is not going to give you the information you need to pass the exam. You need to do something with the information which is in these videos. This is more of a framework so that you can make sure you are revising the right topics, but you would need to do something with the information within these videos in order to be successful in the exam. So with that, thinking about that, there are 5 key terms. I've put them up there. You need to know them. Every GCSE exam, Unit 1 exam, ends with a matchup of definitions. It's worth 5 marks. It's quite substantial. Therefore, it's very, very important to know these definitions to pick up some, I suppose, some of the simplest marks that you will be able to get in the exam. So maybe stop, have a look, test yourself. How many of them did you know? Work out one's areas for development. So what is a business? A business is an organisation. Never describe it as a company, as lots of students do, because only certain businesses are companies. It's an organisation that provides. It doesn't sell, it provides goods and services. And the reason that we say provides is that not all businesses sell. Organisations like Oxfam, charities, don't necessarily sell the things or the services that they offer. This is taken from the Pearson Revision Guide, which you can buy online. It's £2.50. It's a very good revision guide, and this is just a little diagrammatic representation of what businesses do. So if we look at the business here, the business with regards to production, a lot of businesses will be producing things. They'll use raw materials, maybe like wood and metal, which you would find in a school desk. They will buy these things from their supplier. They will make them at the production stage within their own business, and then they will sell them to their consumers. That is one sort of way that a business operates. Not every business produces, and as we've already said, not every business sells their goods or services, but this is just, just a good, reasonable depiction of how a business operates. The business in the middle, dealing with its suppliers, and then dealing with its customers. Where does the business meet its customers? It meets its customers in the market. The market is where the buyers, the consumers, as they are, and the business, the sellers, they meet, and they either exchange those goods and services. And there's lots of different types of markets. It could be a physical market like Leeds, Kirkgate Market, or Castle, whatever Leeds Market's called, or it could be eBay, Amazon, digital markets where people can meet and exchange goods and services. In order for your business to be successful, you need to understand what your customers want and what their customer needs are. The wants and desires of your buyers. This is what will make your business successful. But how do you find out what those customer needs are? Market research. You've got to gather information on your customers' competitors to be able to decide what your customers want. Now, first type of market research, primary research. It's also known as field research. It's known as field research because we don't do it in the office. We have to get out and we have to speak to people. We have to see things and experience them firsthand. Primary research is gathering new information, stuff that doesn't already exist. Could be questionnaires, focus groups, and the ones which are listed here, plus many more. Go away, find out what these are. What is a questionnaire? What is a focus group? What is a survey? Get some definitions, GCSE bite size, dictionary, find out what these are, because these are quite useful for the exam. So if you've not done that and you don't know what some of these words are, pause the video now and go and do that. The advantages of primary research is it's going to be specific. You've asked the questions, you decided what type of research you were going to do, therefore it should be very specific to your own business. It's as up to date as when you did it. So if I ask the questions today and I find out the answers, then it is, it's bang up to date. Customer feedback. It lets you know what your customers need and want. The disadvantages, it's relatively expensive. The time involved in creating questionnaires, training people to ask them, them going out and asking the actual questionnaires, then coming back to the office, it being converted into data, can be very expensive, and it can also be very time consuming. If we're thinking about small businesses, which Unit 1 is, then actually most small businesses won't have the expertise to do very detailed primary market research. They might do small questionnaires, a checklist on their how was our service today on their counter, but actually really detailed quality primary market research is probably beyond their expertise. Secondary research, which is also known as desk research, it's done in the office. That's why it's called desk research, and it could just be scouring the internet, could be looking at telephone directories to see who your competitors are, could be looking at government statistics. But again, have a look at types of secondary research. There's tons of stuff on the internet. If you don't know what any of these examples are here, stop the video, go and have a look now, just work out what the types of secondary research are. The advantages of secondary research are it's relatively cheap compared to primary market research, where you will be employing staff to go out and ask questions, create the questionnaires, etc. It's a member of staff who's looking on the internet. Potentially it could be as simple as that. It might be a member of staff who's read an article, or it might be the owner who's read an article in the newspaper and goes, actually, that applies to my business. More people are spending money on mobile phones, right? Okay, I'm a mobile phone case store, then therefore that article is secondary research and is important for your business. It can be quite quick. We all know how quickly we can do things on the internet, and equally you could get information, lots of information from different sources. So if you're trying to find out how big or how many people might potentially purchase your product, you might look at the government statistics. You could look at an article in a newspaper. It might be that you do some research and see how big your competitors think the market is, or it could be trade journals. There's lots of different ways that you might be able to get that information, and so could be quite useful for that. It's not specific. You didn't set the questions, you didn't ask the questions, you don't know how they were asked, you might not know how the research was conducted, therefore the answers may not be as reliable as you would like them to be. So that inaccurate bit at the bottom, if you're not conducting the research, you have to be mindful of the fact that the data that is brought out of these articles might not be accurate. And also, when was it done? 6 months ago? 12 months ago? When was this research done? Is it out of date? Can you still use it for the purpose that you think you can? Then we're looking at quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative is numbers-based research, and qualitative is detailed research or views and opinions. When we think about market research, so I picked a focus group. There's a picture in the bottom right hand corner which shows a woman conducting a focus group. There's a group of people who are sat down and they will be asked opinions, thoughts, views about a product. The person standing up will steer the conversation. So if somebody says, oh, I had that experience, and the conversation starts to go off in a particular direction, she will try and ask questions and try and bring in people who aren't speaking so that everyone tries to get a view, go around the table. But a focus group is definitely a type of market research. It is also a primary type of research because it is being done firsthand, but it also provides qualitative data. And so I suppose these last couple of slides are just about trying to get you to realise that if we're talking about market research, it will always be primary or secondary, and it will always be quantitative or qualitative. It will always be one of each. So if we take our look at the next one, we've got government statistics. So this is about the number of people that are accessing the internet. Is it market research? Yeah, it definitely is. What type is it? It's secondary, because the business itself didn't conduct this research. This was comes from the Office of National Statistics. So it's government statistics. And what types of data does it provide? It provides quantitative data because it's numbers, percentages. So hopefully you will find this video quite useful, and keep looking out on the YouTube channel for a few more.